Us right here on Sister to Sister 2.0. It's your boy Mike Lee, and joining us today is the one and only Mr. Shawn Stockman of the group Boyz2Men. As a member of Boyz2Men, the best-selling R&B group of all time, Shawn is known for his international smash hits, Motown Philly, End of the Road, and I'll Make Love to You. Outside of the group, the accomplished lyricist, composer, and arranger has collaborated with music artists such as Mariah Carey, Michael Jackson, Tank, and Johnny Gill. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Shawn from Boyz2Men. How you doing?
What's happening, man? Sorry I was a little late. I was waiting for the link and
Hey, no problem, man. Hey,
here I am.
It's all technology. Well, we're just glad to have you here with us today, man. How you doing? You're looking
Doing great, man. I'm
great.
doing great. Yeah, as you can tell, there's no barber. So I had to kind of like,
I do understand where you
so I'm doing what I can at the crib. I got some clippers at home, and I was like, but you know what though? It allows us, as black folks, we kind of you gotta let our hair kind of like, whether it's beard or on top, we gotta let it grow, kind of let it ferment, get all the juices and berries in there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So this is a good time for that.
Well, look, man, we're glad to have you. And I was talking to one of the producers about you earlier, and I said, Shawn, along with Kenny Babyface, are to me up there with Burt Bacharach. You guys have written some of the most incredible, beautiful songs to me in this entire world, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
No.
Most people don't give you the credit for is that you're a great composer. Your compositions in music and what you contributed to the music industry is simply
wow.
So kudos to you, brother.
That was the best compliment I've ever had in my entire freaking life. To compare me to Burt Bacharach and Babyface, that's crazy.
Which lets you know about my taste in music, but Shawn, incredible work that you've done in this industry on your own, but along with the incredible group that you co-founded, which is Boyz2Men, the biggest male group boy band of all time. So, man, kudos to you. So first, welcome.
Thank you.
Sister 2.0. And let's talk about this brand new single you got, All I Do. What is the inspiration behind the single?
Actually, that song was, written with inspiration of my wife, Mrs. Stockman.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was just one of those records that in the midst of me recording this album, you tend to pull from different, sources. And, I'm a human just like everybody else. We live everyday life and things of that nature, and just certain thoughts come across your head sometimes. I have the blessing of being able to just express those thoughts musically. Mm-hmm. So being in the studio, having no idea what I was going to write, like no idea. Sometimes I go into the studio and have a blank canvas, and I just, okay, let's see what comes out of it today. And I started playing on the guitar, started playing the chords, and laid that down, started writing the words, with Mrs. Stockman in mind, and wrote that record. And that was literally she was my muse for that particular song.
Awesome, man. I saw the video also. Very nice video, incredible song. Who shot the video?
Actually, there's no video for All I Do, but if there's kind of like an impromptu type of little performance
with the image behind it. So
that's kind of like a lyric video.
Okay.
It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, where people put together little images and things of that nature. Okay. I am going to shoot a video for it though, like an official music video once I'm able to leave the house. Okay. But
whoever put that video together did a great job.
Yeah. Like, and there's a lot of fans too that put together a lot of things that like I'll look and I go, wow, like why didn't I think of that? You know what I mean? What I'm
saying? Right. Let's talk about your album. What should we expect from this album? Should it be more of what we know or anything new? What should we expect?
Well, the album's called Forward.
Yes.
And basically, I sum it up as my introduction to the world. A lot of people know me one way, but they don't know me this way. Mm-hmm. So Forward is normally the description of an introduction to a book, mm-hmm. A preamble, so to speak. So, this is my way basically of saying, hello, everyone. My name is Shawn Stockman. How are you? Here are my thoughts. It's
Mm-hmm.
almost like when you first meet someone for the first time and you want people to get to know you. And
Right.
this is an album that I want people to know me as the individual in a group that I've been a part of for so long.
Wow. I was also telling the producer I have been backstage and on the road where you guys were the headliner with such groups as TLC, Christina
Hmm.
Aguilera, Blige,
Hmm.
Mary J. Blige,
Hmm.
Puffy, on
Hmm.
those big tours, and you guys were headline.
Hmm.
And I told him I remember seeing an 80% white audience, majority of
Yeah.
the time. You guys crossed over to pop and even to country
Hmm.
music. Why do you think you had such success as crossover artists? You guys moved units, lots of units, you sold out, and you were loved across America for your
Hmm.
music, your
Yeah.
songs, your lyrics.
Yeah. I think it's just our, I guess, our interpretation of the music. Like
Mhm.
we've been groomed in singing, not just, I mean, as kids, like we didn't just listen to gospel and R&B music. Like I listened to the Carpenters. I listened to, you
Wow,
know,
great.
country music. I listened to pop music. I listened to all of those things. I watched MTV. I listened to rock music. I was one of those guys, that kids that had to be a closet rock and roll fan, because
Right,
around
right,
my hood I'd get my behind whipped. So
right, right.
I listen to Metallica where I'm from. So so it was one of those things where I guess our palette was always very diverse from the beginning.
Hmm.
So and then we went to high school together where we sang classical music and Gregorian chant and Latin and all those other things. So our 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 minds were very broad when it came to us creating. So when it came time for us to actually be a group and do our own songs, all those influences just came into play, and they show. And so when our manager calls us and say, hey man, this opportunity is available, that opportunity is available, we're like, cool. You know what I mean? Like we would never, we never wanted to be considered just an R&B group, because we felt like we could contribute more. It wasn't an ego thing. It was just more like we felt like we were more than that, and we can sing more than that, and we did that.
That's awesome. Boys to Men again, largest band of all time. What was it like to have that much success right from the start of your career? Because you guys wasted no time. It was
Yeah.
all because once that album, the first album came out, you guys were a huge success.
Hmm. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. We enjoyed it. We had a good time. Like, uh, from my perspective, I didn't expect any of this stuff to happen the way
Mhm.
that it did in the first place. So when it did, it didn't really uh, hit me like, say, someone else. I'm sure you've heard a lot of stories of people gain a certain amount of success and they get all big headed and they start doing like really wild and crazy stuff.
Absolutely.
Like my thing was like, wow, this is fun. This is
Hmm.
cool. I get to buy my mama a house.
Hmm.
That's dope. You know what I'm saying? I get to buy a
Yeah.
car.
But
That's
you know,
dope. Yeah.
Shawn, you
You know?
guys have a reputation for being very clean,
Yeah.
respectable, very
Yeah.
humble. Where
Yeah.
did that come from?
Our parents, and just us really not taking too much of any of this too seriously. I
Hmm.
mean, were there moments of pretentiousness? Sure. Like there were certain times where, we we did certain things, but not a lot. Like, and I'm not just saying it just to sound good or sound like perfect, because I'm not. But the point is, we just took all of it in stride, and we were all friends. So
Hmm.
we all experienced this together. So there was nobody going out of their ego too much, or else the rest of us would check them. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying?
Brothers check
So
each other, yeah.
right, right. So it was one of those things where we just took it as it was. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed the opportunities. We enjoyed all the things that came with it. But we understood that there was still a lot of work to do. And ultimately, we're musicians first. We're artists first. There's nothing better than going into the studio and creating something other than going to the club. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like,
right,
yeah, we would do those sometimes, but other than that, I'd rather make a record with somebody. I'd rather create, and that mentality is the same. It's like I've never, even in my younger years when I was single and, you know, all that other stuff. I didn't party much. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I did a lot of stuff, but I'd rather be in the studio till 5 in the morning and creating some stuff. That's how I've always been.
That's awesome, man. Who are some of the people out right now? There's a lot of new artists that are out. Who are some of the kids out now that you'd like to work with?
Obviously, hers kind of a cheat code, you know, because she's so popular. But she's dope, and I would love to do something with her. Sabrina Claudio is good. Amber Mark is good.
Yeah.
Let me see. There's a few people that I actually downloaded. Brent Fayez is dope. Let me see. I'm trying to think. Thundercat is dope.
Great.
Say again.
Those are some great. Yeah.
No. I listen a lot. You know what I'm saying? And there are a lot of artists that I truly mess with. Cash Page is dope. I love her voice. It's so clean and simple and pure. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like, so there's a lot of artists who I really enjoy. You know what? There's one artist in particular. Who's the girl that I forget her name, and it's messed, but I really like her voice. She did a record with hold on. I'm gonna pull it up while we're talking. We can still talk, but I'm gonna pull it up.
Definitely. I wanted to say some of your collaborations are incredible. First of all, you got to start with Raphael Sadiq. You got Raphael Sadiq, Eric Bluetooth Griggs, Antonio Dixon, and Tim Wiley. Why that combination?
Well, one, they're my friends. You know what I'm saying? They're my friends. And when I started doing this record, I knew exactly who I wanted to work with. So it was really a no-brainer with me. I didn't want to take the approach of, okay, I got a record, so I got to get this producer and that producer, because this is not what this album is about. And that's not what my intentions for doing solo work is about. Gotcha. I wrote every record. If I didn't write it, I co-wrote it. And I wanted this to be something personal. Like, no one can tell my story better than me. So I didn't want a record from a producer just because he's famous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to get with people that understood who I was, who cared enough to want to create something that is personal and that feels organic. And that's why those guys, very, very plain and simple. I was a huge Raphael Sadiq fan. I've known him for years, and I've always wanted to work with him. And hopefully we'll do more together. We've already talked about it.
Is this you guys' first time working together?
This is our first time.
Wow.
This is our first time. Like, we've run into each other thousands of times, and we've never gone to the studio until then.
That's incredible. Well, look, we know you've got a busy day ahead of you today. Jamie says hello.
Hi, Jamie.
Jamie says hello. Incredible interview with you today. If you were to leave here today, what would you want your fans and your people to know most about you?
If I was to leave this earth today,
outside of your music, what would you leave them with?
He did his best.
That's great, man.
That's all.
That's great, man. Thank you so much for this interview today, man.
Thank you.
That single is hot.
Yes.
Man. Everybody go get that single. It is Shawn's single, and he's got a brand new album coming out forward. Brand new single out right now called All I Do. Make sure you go get that album, Shawn. Thank you so much. And
thank you,
everybody on IG, The Real Sister to Sister 2.0. Make sure you go to IG and also tag us on IG. Also, Facebook, Sister to Sister 2.0. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Shawn.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. You have a good one, man.